today what I want to make for you or show you how to make is a vegetarian, I know, yes, a vegetarian stuffed pepper recipe, similar to the one that I've made not that long ago that incorporates the use of ground beef. Only the difference this time is I'm not including any meat. Instead of the rice, I'm going to include couscous, and traditionally this recipe, also known as Gemista, is served with white potatoes. In this case, I'm going to use sweet potato. I love sweet potatoes. They're a lot more nutritious than regular potatoes, and it's just going to be an overall delicious recipe and menu. The key to this is the use of herbs. Herbs in this thing are amazing, and again for this I'm going to be using mint, parsley, and dill. And with the use of my food processor, it's all going to be a breeze. Let's get right to it, and this is how it's done. For this, what I'm going to do is simply put all of my ingredients in here, starting with onions. I'm going to use 2 onions, maybe 3, only because they're a little on the smaller side. Take the skins off, throw them in the food processor, and you're pretty well done. In goes our last onion. I'm going to take a couple of cloves of garlic, and again, all I'm going to do is just peel them, and they don't even have to be chopped up or anything, just throw them in there. There's 1, and there is 2. So now that our onions and our garlic are in here, the next step is to add our herbs. I'm just going to grab a bunch, parsley, into our food processor, a little bit of dill, not that much, just a little bit, and fresh mint. This is what actually is going to give the kicker, the flavor of this, that's going to make this distinct and unique. That's all you need to put in here. Then we're going to add a couple of glugs of olive oil into our food processor, some salt, nothing to it, and again, lately I've been on my cayenne kick, so some cayenne, maybe a teaspoon of cayenne in there, and what we're going to do is just whiz this up. That's all it is. That's all there is to this. Take our bowl. I'm just going to put this in here. So that's 1 cup and 2 cups of fine couscous. If you have the bigger, the thicker, the Israeli couscous, that's totally fine too. I really like using that as well. Some more olive oil goes in here. Then what I'm going to do is just put up a can of tomato paste. And what you're going to use for this is about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste and dilute it in some water. So that's all you need, about that much, which is about a tablespoon. And I'm going to leave this off to the side with just a little bit of water. From there, I'm just going to pour a little bit of this. Next step to this recipe is our veggies, what we're actually going to use to stuff. In this case, I've got a couple of red bell peppers, a couple of green peppers, and a couple of tomatoes. Take our knife and just slowly start scoring the tops and removing the tops of these, just like that. And just very carefully. And what you're going to be left with is just a tomato like that. You're going to take a spoon and hollow out the tomato. Once this is all hollowed out, you take your knife and you slowly start punching holes in it. And the reason you punch holes in this is to let the steam and the liquid and the heat cook the couscous within the tomatoes. And again, same with the peppers. Peppers, just cut them up like this, open them up, remove the top, hit them there just like that. And what you're going to do is this top, carefully just cut it off. And what you do is by cutting this off, you actually eliminate all the seeds, and you have a nice little cap for your pepper when it comes time to bake it off. So now we have 2 red peppers, 2 green peppers, and 2 tomatoes all ready to be stuffed. Next, what I'm going to do is take our mixture of the herbs and the couscous and just start mixing it up And now you can really feel the herbs and everything else just coming up and smelling just amazing. Slowly, one by one, just start filling them up. Don't overstuff them and don't pack them in there, only because the couscous will expand and you don't want to have like exploding peppers. You can use this dish also as a vegetarian main or as a side. Instead of the white potato that gets roasted in this, I want to use sweet potato. And by the way, my oven has been preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which is about 200 degrees Celsius, give or take. All right, so now I've peeled my sweet potato. What I want to do is just basically cut it in half and cut it up into small pieces, not too small, and just throw it in between the spaces. That's all there is to this. From here, we have our liquid, our tomato paste liquid that we've been using. And what I'm going to do is add a little bit more olive oil. Like I said, maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 tablespoons of olive oil into this. Easily. I think what I'm going to do as well is add a little bit more liquid. So that's that. And I'm just going to place this over everything. And now the next thing to do is just take a piece of parchment paper. It doesn't need much. And just cut it over this. And just place it, just tuck it in there. And that's all there is to this. This is ready to go. This is going to go in a 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. The good thing about this version of Gemista, or the stuffed veggies recipe, is that because it doesn't use any meat, the cooking time gets cut in half. So instead of doing it for about 90 minutes covered and half an hour uncovered, this is going to go into our 400-degree oven for about 45 minutes. And when it comes out, about 15-20 minutes, we're going to remove the parchment paper and let it brown off then. This is absolutely amazing. These are done perfectly. I'm just going to set these right there. They are actually piping hot. Everything is done. Our peppers, our tomatoes browned perfectly. This is absolutely magnificent. What I'm going to do now is I'll take a plate and I'll plate this up for you, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to take a green pepper. Let's see if I can actually, let me see if I can get this out. There's it. That's perfect. There's that. And oh, the tomato's falling apart, but that's okay. There's my tomato and a little sweet potato. Perfect. There's that plate right there. And now for this, all the smells are coming out. This is actually, I can't tell you how good this smells. The couscous is done perfectly. What I'm going to do, actually, I like to do this, is take a little feta and just crumble it over it. Just like that. See where I'm going with this? This is really great. Actually, we'll take this off. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just put this just like that here and crumble this. It looks messy, but it's, oh well, it's real food. So, this is our green pepper. It's done perfectly. The couscous, oh, there goes the feta. The feta is actually melting over the couscous. I'm gonna try this. Hopefully I won't like incinerate my mouth, but this is so delicious. The couscous is light and fluffy. The herbs have infused the couscous, and the actual tomato itself has gone completely tender. Amazing, really, really amazing. That's it for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a blast making this for you. If you have any questions, please shoot me an email or drop me a comment or a message. I love to hear from you. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. like this, and please subscribe. Until next time, thank you very much. Bye for now.